Hey everybody, welcome to Lucky Dice Live. It's Friday night. A little bit late tonight. I'll tell you about it in just a second. Let me make sure that we got everything going. Can't post messages onto some channels. Why? I don't know what's going on there. As far as I know, everything is working. If you guys are out there in chat land, say hello to me so I know that you're there. Everything's running except we are still not up on Auxxit as far as our live stream goes. I don't know, for some reason YouTube and Auxxit are not communicating, and I have turned this into Auxxit over and over and over again, and it's still not fixed, so I don't know when it will be fixed. As far as I know, everything is working. Let me look at chat settings. I'll make sure this is right. Channels. Yep. Everything's coming in. All right, guys. So if you're out there, say hello. If you're not out there, say hello. Oh, man. Back to chat. Hello. What's going on, McConnell? All right. So a little bit late. It's kind of interesting. I've been a gamer of some sorts. When I was younger, I played video games just like everybody else does. Mario Brothers and Mario Brothers. I hooked me into Nintendo way back when. Super Mario Brothers, played them all. Then there were so many games thereafter, all the way into when Madden first came out. Hey, Christopher, how you doing? So I played all those games, but then I don't know you guys would understand this, but when the games changed to 3D, for whatever reason, I lost interest. I just never have really cared about 3D games that much, even before we put headsets on and everything else. And years ago, I taught my wife to buy me the new console, and I had Batman, and it just, honestly, it kind of makes me a little nauseous. I just don't like 3D games that much. Don't know why, I just don't. So I've shied away a lot from video games, but there's been a game I've been playing online. Used to play it religiously online, Age of Conquerors. I've even played it with Lucas Van Hollen. He asked me if anybody played it, and I do. But I don't play it nearly like I used to. Back in the day, we were on Microsoft Zone, which supported AOC, and we played all night long, all day. I was up. I loved the game. We had friends all over the world, and pretty damn good at the game. Not as by no means an expert as some of these guys that just. I use a mouse and keyboard. Some of these guys that are experts are just doing keyboards and they're controlling 5 things at once. I'm nowhere near like that. But I know how to play the game. I'm just not fast. Not as fast as they are. And I like watching them play. It's unbelievable. But I still play the game. Most of the time I play it. You can play it. You don't have to play with people. You can play on your own. And I put it on the hardest level and usually play multiple people, and I still have fun with it, and sometimes I do the scenarios. A lot of fun. But recently, I got tricked into a game. I don't know, say I got tricked. I saw something that was interesting to me on Facebook, and I went in. It was last survival zombie shooter, and I started playing that, and now I'm playing it a lot. It reminds me much of the old days, where I ended up just starting. I didn't know what it was. I just started playing and going through the damn thing, and all of a sudden I realized I was in a whole nother world with a whole bunch more people. And to advance, you need to really kind of have other people to play with to work together and achieve goals, which I like, but I didn't know I was getting into that. And so I joined ended up joining, they call them alliance. Back in our day, we called them clans, but I joined this little alliance. Nobody knew what the hell they was doing, and this girl was trying to, and there's a lot of girls on that play this game, surprising amount of girls. This girl was over the alliance, and she would give directions. Most of the guys didn't pay any attention to her, and I listened to her, and I did a few things. I went out and I killed a few things. I got my score up. She said anybody that had such and such a score was invited to join another alliance. So I joined another alliance about 4 months ago. I was green as hell, and just have learned as I go, and I progressed pretty good, and I have a lot of fun with it. But it's based over in Europe. The owner of it is, I believe he's Italian, and there's Italians, there's people from Brazil, there's people from the United States, there's people from Germany, there's people from Lithuania, there's people from the UK, there's people from Africa. There's a lot. So they have a translator that you click when you're playing. That when somebody chats, there's a chat room where everybody talks and gets to know each other, and then you plan. I mean, it's very, very involved on how to play the game, and it's fun. It also can dig into your pocketbook if you want it to. If you want to progress, you spend money. You don't have to, but you progress slower. I'm one of the ones that spent some money, so I progress pretty fast, learn pretty fast. I like to win, and I'm a team player, so I fit them very well. But sometimes there's an abnormal amount of drama in this bunch, and that sometimes it's just communication. You start off as an individual, you get into alliance, and you find out that the alliance is part of a world, and the world has all got a bunch of alliances on it, and then the alliance ally together to fight other servers. It's huge. So then you get points by doing daily things, and by fighting, and by the other servers. So anyways, last night I was playing, and there was so much miscommunication. The guy that is the head of the alliance, what I'm told is he found his wife cheating on him, and he moved into an apartment. And he's not been past communicating things from the overall. There's a president. There's a president that's over all of the alliances. President is super powerful, and anyway, he tells everybody what to do, and we all work together. And there was just a gross amount of miscommunication because of our leader not getting anyway. So just been like a drama, but we just about got it all worked out. So that's what I do sometimes in my spare time. Also, I've been enjoying it. I don't mind spending the money because there's nobody but me. I mean, I've got grandkids and kids, but for the most part, I don't have a whole lot of bills. Just regular, normal bills, and I'm pretty self-sufficient, and I can do what I want. So I do what I want, and I like playing the game. So I'm not all about HeroClix, although HeroClix is still another part of my life. So much as so is HeroScape. Nothing else that I do is as big as HeroClix in my life, obviously. But we do other things. We do, and it's a lot of fun. So if you guys ever get on that game, let me know, because I'd love to touch base with you or whatever. Maybe I could help you. Maybe you can help me. Maybe you're further along than me. But it's a fun game. It can take up a lot of your time. And I've got friends. I got a guy now that we talk on the phone. I've never met him in person. His name is Chris. He's out in New Mexico, and we talked I think 3 hours last night on the phone. So we have a lot of fun. Now, that all being said, let's talk about what everybody showed up for. Let's talk about some HeroClix. So what we did this past Wednesday at the store was pretty fun. Our tournament was 300 points, but only Doctor Strange. Now, that can be, you can build a super duper team with that, or you can just build a fun team or something in between. I think something in between. It was very competitive. I definitely think it could be beat, but I went all vampires, all monsters. I had 300 points. Another guy went, hey Aaron, Another guy went all monsters, and then of course our buddy Joaquin, he pops out 2 chases and a super rare. I had Dracula. Fun. This stuff is fun to play with. I had Dracula. I had Blood, the white guy. The what is it? Blood something or another. I had him. I had one vampire. I had Blade with Blade Prime on the side, and I got to bring him in one time. A lot of fun. That Blade Prime is, man, he's really good. The Blade is pretty damn good himself. Hey, Sleepy. But the the rare Blade is pretty darn good. But man, the Prime version can put out a lot of damage. So I had those, and I had Morbius also. I think that's all I had. Oh, I had, did I have anything else? I didn't play any one-shots. That was it. Oh, no, I put a Possessor, and I put in two patrons. I had the patrons, one that gives you outwit, and you don't have to have line of sight. That was on Dracula. And then I put on Morbius, because he has perplex, he has outwit and then perplex. So I put that one on that gives him double outwit and double perplex if he has double perplex. And then the Possessor doesn't go on anybody specific, and the Possessor is pretty nasty in itself. And anyway, it was a lot of fun. Me and the guy that built, he had a lot of the same pieces that I did, but he's a little newer of a player, but we still had fun playing each other. Joaquin was a challenge, of course. Again, he was playing with 2 chases and a super rare. He had one Doctor Strange that gave him defend, and I don't remember which one, but he saw in the stealth, and you had the one that's got the defend, that anybody within 5 squares gets his defense, which is a pain in the butt. And then he was playing with the girl, Nico, who has Pulse Wave and Knockback and all kinds of stuff. And anyway, it was tough. Hey, Dennis. But it was fun. Actually, Dennis, before I went last night, I was telling him what I had, and it worked, Dennis. I won with my team, but it's I don't think it's the best team that can be made in Strange Phase altogether, but I've played, I think, with every Dracula that's ever came out. When a new set comes out, I usually build a team with that Dracula. My favorite Dracula goes all the way back to Fear Itself. That Dracula was very, very good. I like playing with him. But this Dracula's pretty good too. He has some flaws. He can be outwitted, and he starts off with only sidestep. The leadership role is good. If you get really lucky and you get your leaderships right off the bat, that's pretty good. Oh, what is that guy's name? I know it's something Blood. The white vampire. Blood something another, or something Blood, I can't remember, but he's a new character in this set that we've never had before. And he produces the bystanders, and those bystanders are good. So I was always producing the bystander that gave me prob right off the bat, because it's a free. What's cool about him is that it's a free action to produce the bystander, and it's not at the beginning of turn or anything. So he can charge or move or whatever, and then put the bystander out, and which gives you another attack. So I'm putting the prob out first, because you need the prob, but then he's got some that's got poison, and all the choices are good. They're all solid. They all give you something in power. The one that's got blades and flurry is really, really good, and that's the one that but it's all about timing. You don't just start bringing those guys out. You bring them out when you need them. Preferably, what you want to do is you want to attack with him, and then bring the other one out adjacent. The only one I think you really want to bring out early is the prob, because you want to get the prob out there, the prob. And I mean, that's it. So there's a lot of benefits. I mean, a lot of good things about that. Blades did really good for me. And the last game, the Blade Prime just racked up. The Blade Prime was just ridiculously stupid, because he would charge and he would heal. He would flurry and heal and then move. And I mean, it's really, really good. He's really good. And I would always, the guy produced bystanders, so I was hitting his bystanders first, immediately healed Blade and blah, blah, blah. And then once you get them to a certain level and they got invincible, they don't even take mystics anymore. Hello, Nicole, how are you? But anyway, it's the vampires, the monster teams, and Strange Tales is fun. I really enjoyed last night. I like when a new set comes out. I like to one of the nights that after it comes out, I like to run just the set, just nothing but the set, and we play just with the set constructed. It's a lot of fun. I only usually do it one time, and that's it. Then we start mixing everything up. Now, I'll be playing this coming Wednesday. We have a Silver Age winter map, and so I'm going to Mexico on this coming Thursday. Dennis and I will be doing the show from Mexico the next 2 weeks. So the show is, I've already mailed in the bricks. I've got to take the prizing with me. Now the downside of that is that, and I'll say this again, is next week and the week after, nothing will be mailed out until I get back. Now, the exception to that rule is and I'm wanting Dennis to let people know on his live stream that he's got a local crowd, that they can now come on and they can pay me directly, and pay Dennis directly, and they can get their boosters and stuff in Mexico if they want to. Hi Dennis, you hiring people in your new powerful position yet? Start your army. Not from my house, but from the 17th century hostel. Okay. Oh, he's talking about the live stream. You need to talk to Nicole. She's got you conquering the world right now. Anyway, we'll be doing the live stream from there. From Mexico, not a specific spot in Mexico, just wherever we can set it up. We're gonna one of those days we're going to one of his family houses, and then we're going to then another night we're going to be at the hotel. So we'll be at different places. I think that's what Dennis told me. Actually, it's just now occurring to me what he's, okay, we're only going to one of them. So one night, the Friday night, I think or Saturday, one of those nights we're going to be at the hotel. I'm not sure, but we're going to be from wherever we're at, we're filming. And the next Friday, I don't know where we're filming from. We've considered going to the other states that's down there, but we may not. It's not that big a deal. My reason for going to Mexico isn't to play in states. It's just something that we're going to do. My reason is to go visit Dennis, and I want to spend as much time as I can with him. And in a lot of ways, I don't want to even be talking HeroClix or doing anything with HeroClix. I just want to spend just some good time with him, and so we'll be doing plenty of that. On the other hand, I'm wanting to discuss business with him, because we have some business. Some rock, some opening up a store, some doing something even bigger than that, and it's much easier to have these discussions and just make decisions and stuff when we're side by side. And I don't know why, but I miss the guy. I haven't figured out why yet. If y'all ever can figure that out, I'm just kidding, man. I miss the hell out of him. Haven't seen him since May, and it's been too long. So this year, I'm looking forward to this year. I'm going to see him now. He'll be here in May, and he'll be at Worlds. So I'll have him with me. We'll be together at least 3 different times this year, and I think a 4th because I need him to go. I either want him to go to Gamma in Louisville with me, or I want him to go to the Alliance Open House in Fort Wayne, Indiana. The Fort Wayne, Indiana one is interesting, but I don't know if he can get away that long because it's usually the week before Worlds. So I don't know if there's a way we can work that out or not, but that's something he and I will be talking about and everything else. All right. Delaware States 131. McConnell says you guys need to come. Furthermore, he said that he is known as a serial killer in that area of the woods, and that anybody that's a HeroClix player that doesn't come to Delaware States is on his list, and you do not want to be on this man's list. He is deadly, deadly. So Dennis is saying we're going to set it up in the 17th Century Family House. I guess he's talking about one of the live streams that we're doing. Hey, late to the party. Any news on the event in Nashville in May? That's coming. That's coming from Matthew. There's what I'm doing right now. I can tell you where I'm at. Is I will be posting very, very soon. I will be posting that we are. I'll put a link up for the hotel. And then I would probably put up a loose itinerary, which pretty much follows everything that we do every year, but there's going to be a few little twists here. And then the itinerary also will be subject to change. I'm already communicating with WizKids. We're working on setting up a time where all of us can talk, and not just about that, but I've got states this year, 2026 states I want to discuss. I've got rock prizing I want to discuss. I've got business in Mexico I want to discuss with them. And I've got the Rock Cup because it's coming up. We're not that far away from it now. And I want to get everything in motion for prizing and support and so on and so forth. And it just requires some work on my part. And the hotel's already set. It's just a matter of me posting the link for you guys to go ahead and set your reservations. I know some people are sometimes reluctant to sign in to commit to paying for a hotel on an event that they don't have all the details on. So what I'm going to say, I'm going to answer that in 2 ways. Number one, you can sign on and you have the ability to back out if you're not happy whenever we get everything set up. Number two is I have a pretty damn good track record, and everybody that did not make a Rock Cup since all the way back into Atlanta will tell you they wish they had. And everybody that's ever went to the Rock Cup has been very pleased with the way we ran it and the prizing that we gave out. Our event is unlike any that you will go to. Worlds, Nationals, and the champion cliques all do their own thing, and they're all great. But we're a little bit different. There's a different feel in the air, a different vibe with the people, a different way that we do things, and you can't understand that until you go to the Cup. I assure you that our prizing is going to be great. Worlds. Are you talking about Sleeping Giants? Do we know the Worlds date? If we're talking, it's going to be. Dennis, did they give us it's going to be the same time of year. It will be in September. That's when it was last year, and they usually do it the week or the second week after the Alliance show, after Labor Day weekend. So it's going to be the same thing. They haven't announced it yet. Our dates are solid, and I wish I could end our starts the week after Mother's Day. That's the thing that you can always go refer to if you forget, is that Mother's Day's on I think Mother's Day is on May 9th, no, May 10th. And then we will be starting the Cup on the 13th and going to Sunday the 17th. So Wednesday, you can come in Wednesday night and all the way to the 17th. And I know I'm saying that right. So anyway, yeah, I'm answering you already, Nicole. Now I'm using my psychic abilities because I knew you were going to ask that. I knew it. I knew you were going to. And then I've always got Mr. Reliable Dennis here that if I don't know the answer to something, he will tell me. So May 13th to May 17th. And anyway, it's I highly recommend coming in early. I highly recommend coming in and playing Wednesday night. I have the hotel, and it's for the whole night. We don't have to shut down. I don't have a limitation of hours to each night. I can run as long as I want to, and we are going to take advantage of that situation. I just don't know. I don't know the details yet. I don't know how deep I want to go. I don't know. When we first did the Rock Cup in Atlanta, we had the same scenario where we could go all night, and I subbed that out to somebody, and they came from Oklahoma, and they set up shop in the gaming hall, and they ran battle royals back there, and they ran battle royals all night, and they also sold a lot of stuff. I'm not doing that again. I'm doing it myself. When I mean that is we will have our store there. Lucky Dice Games will be available at the event, and we will be open and selling and taking trades and buying and all that good stuff. And we will have everything from Infinity Challenge to present available to purchase. Will it be every single item? No, because things sell and some things are hard to get, but that would be our starting point. And there'll be other odd items there that there'll be other things that we'll be selling. We'll probably, WizKids is planning on doing some D&D there right now, but I don't know for sure. And if they do, we're planning on bringing in some D&D stuff. I'll have statues. I will have a counter with free stuff. There will be free. I already know the stuff I'm putting there for free, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. But on the counter, there will be free stuff to just come and grab and run with. We will have Dennis. Mexicans have to sleep all the time. All you do is sleep and eat. That's all I've ever seen you do. Sleep and eat. We will sleep, Dennis. We will have enough of a staff there to run. That's what Aaron and I are talking about right now, is bringing in staff to support those things. We're not going to keep the store open all night long. We will close the store at some point, but it will be open every day and available for business. But as far as events goes, there's no reason. We will set a time period and figure out how to do battle royals. We've done midnight events in the past. We did them in Atlanta. Had 100 people playing in the midnight event and playing all night long. People like to play, and what's nice about our situation in this aspect, it's even better than Worlds. Worlds is great. Graceland Hotel, love it. Absolutely 100% love it. What is not as nice, and there's nothing wrong with where we're going, but you do have to cross the street and walk or drive or whatever to go to their little convention center. And the convention center is great, but it's still not in the hotel. We will be in the hotel. If you need to go to your room and get something, or if you need to take a break for a minute, or if you wipe out somebody in 15 minutes and you want to walk upstairs for a second, you have the ability to do that. You have cool down periods where maybe you get frustrated with the game and you just need to go upstairs and take a break for a while, or you want to eat, there's food there. You literally, if you come in Wednesday night, you never have to leave the hotel again until you go home. There's food, there's snacks, there's a pool, TV, a bar, HeroClix. What else in the hell and you got a room. What else in the hell do you need in life but those things? So you don't have to go and do, Dennis, the Grayson Hotel is great. I think this one is going to be just as good. They have a restaurant. Graceland is, as anybody knows, but most hotels are this way, is expensive on their food and stuff like that. But we enjoy it. They have a bar, and they have two hotels. They have two places that serve food. One is like a little tavern, I guess, and the other one is like a restaurant. And the tavern stays open later, and they don't have as much food. But what they're doing for us is they're going to have a special for us every night. They might have a taco night, they might have whatever. And then we also are planning on doing a dinner. I've got a plan. That's something that I used to do that I'm going to go back to because we're in the hotel and everybody can stay there, and because we have all night long, and it makes scheduling a lot easier. And I haven't figured it out yet. I may do the dinner / H for H auction all in one whack. I gotta take a look at things, but I'm telling you that it's what we used to do and people loved it. There might be a combo. We did a VIG package last year. We will be doing that again. The VIG package, I haven't decided yet. It may be for people only that buy rooms. It may be people that buys it may be a VIG package where you get the dinner and you get all the con exclusives and the maps and all the little things that we do. And the hotel also told me that they would throw in something. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's just going to be some party gifts. I don't know if it's going to be a coupon, whatever. But there is. We'll be doing a lot of different things. Hey, DSR. We will be doing the event itself is going to be great. It's going to be what's great about this event is I've had years of doing events. I've done big events. I've done all kinds of events, but I've been doing the Rock Cup since 2013 or 14, somewhere in there. And because of that, I know what works. I know what I want and how to present it to everybody for them to have a great time. And all I can tell you is that all that experience each year makes the next year better. And I think you guys are going to be very, very happy. Hey, Mark. Oh my God. See, eat and sleep. That's all he's talking about. You guys are seeing the chat. All he talked about was, hey, I got to sleep. And now I talked about food, and all he's talking about is food, eat and sleep. See, he proved what I said to be correct. Dennis and I both like to eat. I'm sorry, man. When we both, I can't wait to go to Mexico and try some more places that we went to. I've got Dennis hooked on so many things that when he comes to the United States, Jack and Coke. He had his first Jack and Coke with me. He had his first Taco Bell experience with me. He had his first. The first time he ever went to Waffle House was with me. The first time he went to eat wings at Baumhauer's was with me. The first time that he went to a Crystal's Hamburger was with me. And he's coming here and he's like, hey, can we go eat here? Can we go eat at this place? I got a new place for him. When he gets here, we're going to go to Hattie B's Nashville Hot Chicken here in Huntsville, and they serve Jack and Coke slushies. So he and I both, when we went to the Jack Daniel's distillery in Tennessee, they served I never went to a Waffle House. They're good. I'll tell you about that in just a second. Anyways, the very first thing they put in our hand was those Jack Daniel's slushies, and all we've talked about is those slushies ever since. So Waffle House, there'll be one in Nashville nearby. I'm not saying come to Nashville for a Waffle House, but I remember, I like Waffle House. Some people don't. I like Waffle House. And I remember when we were in Atlanta, and I was listening to the people, the players, when they were coming in. There was a Waffle House that was across the street from that hotel. And I remember reading the chats, and I remember listening to them at the hotel talk about how the most wonderful thing ever was Waffle House, and that they couldn't wait to get to the cup to go to Waffle House. And I'm like, what? The Waffle House? What's the big deal? But to them, I mean, they were coming in. There's not really any in the north. I don't think there's any in the south. It's kind of, I mean, in the west. I think it's kind of a southern thing. I don't know how far north they go or far west, but they're all over the place in the south. You go on the interstate, and there's some interstates with a Waffle House on both sides. It's all over the place. So anyway, that's what all they talked about. They never had been in a Waffle House before, and so they thought it was like super duper awesome. I don't know if it's that good. I'm not saying it's that good, but they thought it was. I like it. I go there sometimes, and Dennis liked it. First time, I didn't know how he was going to take to it, but he liked it all right. I had him try. He ordered grits. He'd never had grits before, so he had grits at the Waffle House, and that was pretty interesting. Some in the Waffle House, but it's few and far between, says Sleeping Giant. I haven't really been to any. I recommend them, man. But I can tell you what, I order the All-American every time I go to Waffle House, and it's I mean, you get your eggs the way you want to, but I ordered scrambled eggs and cheese, grits, toast, and waffles, and I get bacon with that. It's All-Star. It's not All-American. It's called an All-Star Special. That's what I order when I go to Waffle House. But they also have a sign that says that they've served more steaks than anybody else in the world. That they have, I guess they keep a steak count. I've never had steaks at Waffle House, not a single time. When I get steaks, I really like a good steak, and I just can't imagine their steaks being that good. They don't look, I mean, I usually get a thick steak, and it's cooked the right way, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I've never ordered a steak at Waffle House, But I'm also one of those guys that's like, hey man, if you're going to a burger joint, order burgers. What are you ordering chicken for? If you're going to a chicken joint, why are you ordering, what's the point? That's me. I mean, I try to order, I usually, when I go somewhere, I'm going there for what that is. A lot of people don't do that. We got a good taco and burrito places near here in San Francisco. What are they called? San Francisco is one of the few places in the world that I have not been to. I've been to everywhere, almost every small town, almost every large town in the United States, except, and I've been to California, but on the West Coast, all the way up into Oregon and Washington. That's the only part of the country that I really haven't went into. But if you can name a town in Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Virginia, and I've been there. Sometimes I don't remember the name, but if I look at it on the map, I can tell you, I can actually look at the map and I can tell you how that town is usually laid out. I was a driver, and we did sales across the country, and I had to look at maps and look at my phone and take people around, and I did this for a long time. And so there's not very many places, and we went from town to town, city to city, and I've been to a lot of places, but not there, not in San Francisco, not on the West Coast. I've been all into Arizona. Some of my favorite, Yuma, Arizona is one of my favorite places. I loved Yuma, Arizona. We were there in the wintertime, not in the summertime, but it felt like the summertime, which was a nice change. I've been all up in the Grand Canyon, and like I said, I've been to the edge of California, but I really been into California, but I really haven't seen hardly any about California. Yeah, so Inland Striker is telling me that they've got waffles here in New Mexico also. So I don't remember Waffle House. I've been in New Mexico, Albuquerque, Las Cruces, Hobbs. I've been all over New Mexico, and I don't remember. I'm not saying they ain't there. I just don't remember seeing Waffle Houses out there. But I wasn't looking for Waffle Houses either. Savannah, Georgia is pretty. It's a very pretty place. The old part of the town is very pretty. It was one of my wife's favorite places. She always talked about Savannah. We always talked about one of the things that was on our bucket list was to go to the Masters, which isn't too far from Savannah. But we wanted to, there was a few things that we wanted. I mean, we had San Francisco was on our bucket list. Italy was on our bucket list. Going to the Masters was on our bucket list. We talked about when we got older and going to every Major League Baseball park, making a trip across, taking off and trying to get every one of those. We talked about the football stadiums. We've been to the Hall of Fame. One part of my bucket list was also to go to, I want to go to the Army-Navy game because I just think that the pageantry and everything there is just awesome. Love to go see that. Italy was a thing that both of us wanted to do. And I wish we could have went. I mean, those were all things that we had planned for the future. In Hawaii, we wanted to go to Hawaii, but all those things were something that we wanted to do. There's lots of trips. We talked about Yellowstone too. I've not been to Yellowstone. I've been near it, but we were working and we never went into Yellowstone. But yes, Savannah's nice. There's all that stuff on the Georgia coast, South Carolina coast is, in my opinion, very nice. Hilton Head, I loved Hilton Head. I used to live in Myrtle Beach years ago, and I like that whole area. And the North Carolina coast is also nice. It's kind of funny. We make beach trips and island trips and stuff like that. I mean, like right now we're trying to figure out a family trip to go to Disney World. We do all those things, but my wife and I think we like going in the mountains and being secluded more than anything. I think my two favorite trips that we went on, we didn't really have phone or internet access where we were at, and we actually loved it. We were just away from the world. When it got dark, it was real dark, and we had some cabins near us. One place we only had one cabin in the whole place. There's a place in Alabama, it's called Dismal Canyon, and it's like walking into, you guys should look it up. It's like walking into Jurassic Park. What happened is during the glacier age, everything got pushed down, and there are still trees that are there from the glacier age and that go way back. It's protected, and it's like in this little canyon, and they call it Dismal Canyon because when you go down, they got these little worms or whatever, they're called dismalites, and they light up at night. And if you go down there at night, you'll see it looks like stars. You go in the cave and it's just like stars, and the tour guide will take you down there. It's like one of the only places in the world that has these things, and the the atmosphere has to be perfect for these things to survive. And where they're at, it's the only place that they survive. If you take one of them and were to walk up out of the canyon, they die. They can't live in that atmosphere. Where they're at is the only place that they can survive, and that lets them thrive and live. And they got all these canyons and stuff down there. They've got, it's got all these markers and stuff that looks like an Indian or stuff. They call them all different. It's really unreal. And we got a cabin there. There's also a bridge that you walk across with a creek. Some people would call it a river, but it's really just a creek. So there's water and a waterfall, and they have a little trading post, and all kinds of stuff to do. And then we got a cabin, and we had a hot tub, and we had a grill to cook outside. We brought our own. I got food brought in so we could cook and eat. I surprised her with it. She didn't know where the hell we were going. She never even heard of it. We just went there for the weekend, and I took her to a few other little places, and we were hidden from the world, man. And it was at a time, the park opens up at a certain time of year, and I talked them into letting us go like 2 weeks before they started letting people come into the park. So we were alone. We were just totally, absolutely alone. Nobody was in the other cabin, and we had the park to ourselves. And the trading post, of course, was open. They'd had a few tours that would come in the daytime, but nobody was staying there. Nobody camped out. They have a camping ground there. It was nice, man. It was just, the phones didn't work there. They did have a TV, so you could watch the TV. They had some board games that we played while we were there. And I hired a masseuse that came in and gave us both a massage. We got a duo massage. It was a very, very, very cool thing. Those kind of things, I think, when I look back with her, were the favorite things that I've done. We before she died, we went up into Tennessee and had something very similar to that, and I'll always remember those. Those were the best times. Those were the times that I remember, and the times that we were very close. It was just me and her with no outside noise, and nothing to stress out about, and we just simply enjoyed each other's company, and it was quiet. My wife liked to hear the rain. She loved it when it rained, and we had a porch with a tin roof, and it rained, and she just went out there and drank her coffee and sat there and watched it rain, and it was like perfect. And so those, when I go back, if I had a choice, you see some of these things. I remember specifically on Star Trek where they had episodes and they would go to heaven. And when they went to heaven, they would be a place that was wonderful. They would be with whoever they were with. If I had to do that, it would be me and her, and we would be in a cabin where it was quiet, relaxing, and out there by ourselves. And so that's us. And I remember in Tennessee, we were in the hot tub outside, and man, it got dark and it was like pitch black, and I'm like, we're sitting there outside and it's lit right there. We got lights, but we got them down. And I'm looking out beyond her. I'm looking across and I'm looking beyond her where the porch ends. And it's pitch black right there. And I'm like, something could be right there. And I would never freaking know it. It was that dark. Oh man. But I loved those. Those are my best memories. We had a lot of them. Tracy and I loved to go on adventures together, whether it was a cruise ship or down the road where we'd never been before, to look at something different. Sometimes our adventure was just to go out to eat to some place we'd never been, but it was always, we were always up to do something together and be on an adventure. And that's what we did. And, I thought I had many more years of that, but, life somehow twists things around. But I don't regret anything, man. I'll take the time I had with her to my grave, and will never complain, because I could have not had it. I could have not had that time. So I'm grateful for what I did have. Anyway, does anybody want to talk about something HeroClix? Throw it out there, man, because I'm ready. Looks like the auction's about to end anyway, so this show isn't always about HeroClix. You never know what you're going to hear, especially since nobody's here to talk to me. Now, when we get to Mexico, it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be me and Dennis talking, and mostly I'll be bitching at Dennis about whatever he says. I'm just going, no, man. I wish to God that Dennis and I could do a show together every week. New York is tomorrow. Okay. No problem, man. I love talking about my wife. There's always, there's pain that comes with death, but I choose to not dwell on the negative thing and loss. I choose to dwell on the happiness and the goodness that we had. And if you ever suffer from death, and everybody does, unless you die first, we all suffer. We all have to go through it, whether it's our parents, our spouse, hopefully never our children. But we all, people die, and it's part of it, and it's painful for us. If that happens to you, if it hasn't happened to you yet, focus on the good things, not the bad things. I think that we're seeing what we're typical. I think what I'm used to seeing. I think that you have areas that are big areas, have big states, and you have areas that are a little bit smaller, not have as big as states. Michigan had already had the record for states from years ago. Texas is Texas. California has typically had a decent sized states. The one that I was surprised about, because I guess if all of them would be Florida so far, because Florida didn't have the turnout that I thought that it would get. They usually have a very good turnout there, and they didn't have one this time. All right, so let's get this thing on the way. I'm going to add the prizing in first. All right, so we have nothing. We're starting with nothing because we gave out the bounty last week. We're going to go Proteus. Throw that in there first. I'm going to get the big guys. I got I got a Goliath here. The Goliath is from Age of Ultron. I'm going to throw him in there. I've got a tarot card. We're going to throw in the Magician. And let's start. And then I've got a Legacy card. This Legacy card is from Notorious. It's Hush. Then I've got a Spider-Man LE. I forget how I got these. I don't know if this is one of the prizes out of the OP kits or if this is just something that WizKids gave me, but I've got that going in there. I've got Nick the Fury out of Secret Worlds Battle World. Then I got some sealed stuff over here. Let's see what I got. I got a Mon-El back from Slosh. I've got, again, X of Swords, Captain Avalon. That's the storyline. And I've got another storyline. This one is Famine. And I got one here that's really cool that I want to add in. And this one goes back a little ways. This is from DC 75. And this is Gleek. If everybody remembers the Wonder Twins and Gleek from Super Friends years ago, that is Gleek. And let's see, let's add in a Peggy Carter Prime. And we'll save all this other stuff for the next one. All right, so I got a Kushala already named for the bounty figure. Does anybody want to second that? That's from Mark Wright. Nicole, I don't know if she's going to pick tonight or not, but she's usually right. So I need a super rare named for the bounty figure. I need it named twice so somebody can pick Kushala, and that will be the bounty figure, or you can name something else. But the first figure I got that is named twice will be the bounty figure. So let's hear it, guys. All right, well, I had a Dracula and a Kushala. So Kushala it is. All right. Throwing in the legacy card into the pile. I've got an idea. I got an idea for something. I don't want to do it all the time. There's two different ways I can do this, and this is why it's just an idea. I haven't figured out the right way yet. What if I did a double special? So like you would get, we would do the auction the way we've been doing it, but if you win a booster, you win a second booster sealed as well. And I would have to figure out some way to charge that. I can't give it out free. Obviously, I can't give you 2 boosters for 12 bucks or 13 bucks or something like that. So either I've got to, what I can do, this is what I'm thinking about doing something like this, is, and it could be optional too. It's like, all right, so let's say Nicole wins this booster right here. I have a buy it now that I can set up. And if she wants to buy an additional booster, for let's say 8 bucks, which is a hell of a price. So you buy an additional booster for 8 bucks. So if you win this booster, you get the rights to buy another booster for 8 bucks. Hey, Grace. So you would get another one. Have you ever considered adding a rule to states being that you can only attend one state's tournament? That would not be fair to the venues. I've considered a lot of things. I considered it being that you had to be within the state only to be able to play in the state tournament. But people like to travel to these things, and if you did that, if you did what you said, attendance would definitely go down. And I think that venues would not be as attractive to a venue to run the event. So we've considered a lot of things. But yeah, in one time, when we first started these things, it was more difficult to go to more than one. We literally ran the state's tournaments in 2 weekends. But then we had complaints about attendance and people not being able to make more. So we've loosened it up because what we do want is we want the venues to be happy. So anyway, I could add an option for these that would be an $8 option. So if you won your auction, say you won this for $13, you could buy a sealed booster that would be mailed to you for really at no additional cost. It would come to you in the mail, and you would get that. You would get it for $8. I also could just start the auction at a higher price, and that you're bidding on one booster that I open up, and you're bidding on a sealed booster that comes with it. And I could start it off like we're doing $11 tonight. I could start it off at $18. But I worry about doing that and the fact that people may not want to spend that much money to begin with. So I don't know. No, you're okay. You're okay. So anyway, give me some feedback on what you guys think of that idea. And because I'm thinking about maybe doing something like that once a month, making it I don't want to do it every week. I don't want to do it every, it's not something that I want to do every week. I don't want it to be the standard. I want it to be a special event. what about everybody else? All right, what is today? Today is the 16th. And I can make that, I mean, I could do it where you started off at that much money and you just win them. Or I could also just do it where you bid on the one booster, and then if you want to buy the other one for $8, you can, but you don't have to. I mean, if you just want to say, hey man, I just want the one booster, you could. It's not something that I'm going to force on you. Although I don't know why you wouldn't want to buy a booster for $8, but some people may not want to. So it's just something I'm kicking around I'm not going to do it while I'm in Mexico, but I'll probably come up with something like that. We're off to run. I also like the wheel. I think I'd like to do the wheel maybe once a quarter, not just at Christmas time. We had a lot of fun. We had a good attendance. I gave away a lot of stuff, but I'm okay with that. So. Well, like I said, I can do it either way. I mean, I can do it either way. I can do it where you're just like tonight, $11, and then if you want to buy a booster for $8 more, you can, and that comes with you. Or I can just start it off like at $17 or $18. Let's see, it'd be 11, 8. I mean, 18, whatever, like something at a higher price, and you're getting 2 boosters. So. I don't know which way I like best. It's something I got to think about. Yeah, it'd be from the same set. I'm not going to force old inventory back on everybody. I mean, I could add a choice too. I mean, like I've got a lot of X-Men '97 right now, and I've got a lot of Spider-Verse, and I've of course got Strange Tales, and they're opened up boosters, and I could just say, hey, choose which one you want, and send it to you. Got none? Oh, you got 9. Wait, I think you're saying you got 9 of the Mandarin rings, not none of the Mandarin rings, Mark, and you need 1 more. Yeah, I think it's a good deal. So it's something I'm going to circle and come back to. Meantime, we are looking for Kushla, and we're going to start this thing off. Start off with number 1. All right, number 1, we got Nick Fury LMD. We got a one-shot Shield of the Seraphim. These one-shots in Strange Tales are pretty damn good. And they're going to get played once this set is allowed to be played. Hulk, rare, -1 uncommon, Clea, common, Baron Mordo, common. That's number 1. Lightning, I think I have lightnings. Pretty sure I have a bunch of lightnings. The rings are good. They're great for silver. And we're in silver season. What do you think about them making pulp silver? Do you think they should just left it modern and just left it alone, and they're trying to do some special rules on silver pulp? I haven't really looked at it yet. I'm just hearing things. I haven't had time to just see exactly what they're doing, but that doesn't sound too good. I think they should just maybe did modern pulp. I don't know if they should be doing silver pulp. What thoughts on that, guys? All right, we got Agatha rare, Astra Dormammu common, Calculus uncommon, Vampire common, Cat familiar common. All right, booster number 3. Well, our silver's staying the same. I'm talking about Champion Clicks now has adopted pulp as their official format, and they're saying it's going to be pulp silver, but they're adding in some rules that I'm not sure what they are. I don't know if they're taking figures and saying you can't play or whatever, and I don't know exactly what they're doing. Hey, DBZ. Yeah, I think that's what we all are. I mean, I don't know though. I think that maybe silver pulp might be too much. I don't know why they went silver pulp, I guess is what I'm trying to say, but I'm okay with it, whatever. I'm just curious as what everybody else's thoughts were. All right, we got Astra Dormammu, common, Shield Spy, common, Icy Tendrils of Akathlon, one shot, -1 uncommon, Astro Agatha common, Morbius rare. So far we haven't pulled any goodies. I mean, not that these are terrible, but I mean, it's just, I'm talking about we haven't put in the money pieces yet. So they're coming. So we're going to number 4. Okay. So for whatever reason, I haven't pulled this guy right here in a while. I don't remember pulling him last week at all. He's pretty darn good. I think he's one of the pulp pieces that people are going to possibly play. Doctor Strange common, Wand Agent common, Winds of Watum, one shot, and the one I was just talking about is Ghost Rider rare. I think he's really good in pulp. Yeah, Enchantress common. Oh, we got either a Possessor or a Patron 2. Again, I don't have these memorized, but this is a guy that looks like nice Nightcrawler going poof. And what I need to do is I need to go ahead and print the cards out, I guess, on my printer and just have them here to refer to when I'm pulling those things. DBZ, I don't know, you'll need to talk to my daughter about that, and you need to go on to Auxxit and message her. She's the one that handles the shipping. I know she was shipping something today. Was it, or yesterday? I don't know. She was shipping, might have been 2 days ago. Man, my weeks fall together, but I know she went, I had the stuff in the car and she went and got it. So I know she was shipping last week's. Everything's been shipped except, well, this week's has been shipped now too. So you'll need to ask her directly. So she will answer you on Auxxit. Just message her or message us, and she will answer the message. Okay, I got Nick Fury, LMD. I've got Clea, common. Both of those are common. Blade, rare. Hannibal King, uncommon. Baron Mordo, uncommon. All these people that have got the second half of this brick are starting to get a little excited now. Also, when she ships something, DBZ, if you go in and look at your order, she puts the tracking there. The tracking on every order is placed on Auxxit. When we ship something, we put tracking on the order. So if you go look at your order, if it's been shipped, then tracking is there, and you can look to see where it's at. So you might want to try to do that first. You can find out exactly where it is. If there's no tracking there, then we are on number 6. If there's no tracking there, then it hasn't been shipped. And then you can call her, you can message her and say, hey, look, man, I'm tired of waiting on this. I want my booster. And she'll take care of it. If you don't, then I'll get involved. So anyway, -1 common, Astro Baron Mordo uncommon, Astro Scarlet Witch common, Dr. Druid uncommon. This is booster number 6, and we got our first big hit. So whoever's got 6 should be happy. You got the chase, and you got a good chase. You got Dr. Doom Supreme. Congratulations. Number 7. Congratulations, Matthew. All right, number 7. We still haven't pulled a super rare. No super rare's been pulled yet. Until now. We had to pull them sooner or later. We already opened up half. All right, we got a Shield Spy, an Astro Doctor Strange, we got a Astro Agatha, and we got a Magic Super Rare, and we also either got a Patron or a Possessor. Again, I don't know which one's which. I can just tell you. I mean, I know a few of them. All right, this is the one with the guy with the crown on his head and the red cape. Number 8. The Icy Lake Rock map, that's no, because that is a H for H map that Scott Porter designed. It will become for sale during the Rock Cup. Every year, every map that has been produced for H becomes available for order. So in May, it will be there. All right, we got actually be a little bit before I'll put those up for sale sometime in April, before the Cup. I'll start taking orders. Okay, we got number 8. We got Paranormal Investigator, a Mindless One common, both common, Astro Scarlet Witch common, a Images of Icon, one shot, Nightmare rare, and I got another Possessor or Patron. Mark is saying the last one was Jericho Drum, and this is the one that looks like Nightcrawler again, where he's like he's got a stuff around him and it looks like Nightcrawler. Number 9. Still got 2 super rares left, maybe a prime. All right, we got a Darkhold Redeemer common, Wand Agent common, Dormammu rare, Enchantress common, Wong uncommon. So we got 3 boosters left. 2 of them have got super rares in them. Number 10. Nightmare is the one that looks like Nightcrawler. I'll remember that. Okay. This guy right here comes up a lot as far as super rares go, in my opinion. It seems like I pull him every week. We got a Dr. Druid uncommon, a Darkhold Redeemer common, Paranormal Investigator common, Umar the Unrelenting uncommon, I'm sorry. In another super rare, we have Frankencastle. It just seems like I pull him a lot. All right, number 11. One of these 2 have a super rare. Will it be 11 or will it be 12? Maybe we got a prime and a super rare. Who knows? And this is the guy I was talking about that I played last night. He produces pogs, and I think he's really good, especially in sealed. Or what we were playing, I think he's good in that. Crimson Bands of Sidorak, one shot. And this is who I'm talking about, Bloodstorm, rare. Well, I'll be damned. All right, so I got 2. You get a spare Bloodstorm card if you get this booster. I got 2 of them. I got two Bloodstorm rares in here, and I've also got a Astro Agatha, a Cat Familiar, Astro Dormammu common, and a Nick Fury uncommon. All the cards are here. Everything's here, but you get an extra spare card of Bloodstorm. Woohoo! What a bonus. All right, now number 12. contact tokens for Mephisto. There's people out there. There's probably somebody already making it. Okay, well this is the last super rare in this box. We got a Calculus uncommon, a Doctor Strange common, a Vampire common, a Dum Dum Dugan uncommon, and the last super rare in this brick is Doctor Strange. All right, so the bounty continues into the next brick. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some stuff. I guess I'm gonna throw everything that I got on the table in here. I've got a, I think that's from, yep, DC 75. I've got a Grodd LE. Then I've got a X of Swords, Nimrod the Greater. Then I've got a Elseworlds, Elijah Snow. This guy is definitely silver. I think silver meta. I think got a Mr. Oz out of Rebirth. Then I got a Maximus out of is that Captain America or Black Panther? I think that's Black Panther. Yeah, Black Panther. And the Illuminati. Then I got a Jenny Smarks. I used to play this girl. I think she, at the time, what she did was really good. Not so much anymore, but at the time it was really, really good. Jenny Sparks had a Flash. Venus de Malo out of Xavier. I've got Hannibal King out of Amazing Spider-Man. He's a Prime. I've got a Terexia out of, this was out of the Gauntlet event where we tried to win Galactus. Then I got a Black Manta out of Arkham Asylum. Last but not least, I have a Superman Chase out of Superman. So there's a Chase in this bounty. All right, let's get the next one out. Hey, Chris. Oz is good. I played with that Oz many times when he was used quite a bit when he was modern legal, and people still use him in silver. He really messes with you on your TKing, and then he does. I mean, he doesn't just. He TKs himself, but he's not just a. I mean, he also does TK himself, but he does other things too. He's a good figure, and he's got tremendous range. So that's what really, in my mind, that's really what changes silver quite a bit. When you're at is the range, because most of the older figures outrange the new figures because they've toned it down quite a bit because of the smaller maps. So when you start playing the older figure, you get used to modern playing with stuff that's got generally a max. Usually 6 range in modern right now is good. And you're anywhere, and sometimes we get a 7. I can't think of lately of getting 8s on anything, but I could be wrong about that. You might get some 8s. 8s is on the way high end. It's like super powerful if you got an 8 in modern. But mostly you max out at 6, and we get a lot of 4s and 5s. But when you go back into the silver, all of a sudden you're seeing stuff with 8s and 10s, and then and you get way up there. Oh, I forgot to put my numbers on here. Hold on, guys, getting ahead of myself. Where's my pen? Where to put it? I think I'm on top of it somewhere, maybe. It's all right. I got another one. It's like the one I was using. Dang it. It's a marker. These are not. What does it do with the thing? Weird. there it is. All right, so we're going to 13. The Whiz Kids has been pumping out these sets. We got so backed up, and they just seems like everything was on top of each other. Now we got this lull. We got Strange Tales last year, at the end of last year, and we're waiting now for like 3 months for the next set. It's almost like we went from one extreme to the other extreme. But I think the next set is going to be really, really good. For some reason, it seems like, to me anyway, that WizKid seems to put more, Mr. Mine, he did, seems to put more, the sculpts seem to be better when it's Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Venom, Carnage. It seems like they put more into the sculpts. I don't know why that is, but if you look at all those sets, all the Spider-Man sets, look at Carnage, Venom, they're really, 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 really good sculpts in there. Yeah, Thundercats is, but it's not a set. It's just Iconics, right? All right, so I got 116, number 13. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said that. We got number 13. All right, we're still looking for a Kushala. I like Kushala, by the way, especially in Seal. I think she's really, really good. She can make the difference. All right, we got a Astro Clea, uncommon, Clea, common, Ghost Rider rare, Nick Fury, LMD, common, Baron Mordo, common. So I think Thundercats is going to sell well, but I mean, I don't really look at it as something that's going to be that big a deal as far as like a set release. We also got Marvel 26, DC 26 starter sets. We also got there's something else I'm forgetting about. Something else that's supposed to be releasing somewhere in there. We got a lot of Iconics and stuff like that's releasing, but set-wise, we got a little ways to go. All right, so we got Icy Tendrils of Echelon, One Shot, Frank Drake, uncommon, -1 common, Paranormal Investigator common, Astral Strange common, Agatha rare. That was booster number 14. Absolute DC characters. That's cool, man. Glad you got that. We will give a shout out to Panoa HeroClix players. 5th anniversary games today. That's awesome. Glad to hear that. All right, we're on number 15. Hercules, that's coming too. I like Hercules. I've liked Hercules since I was a kid. I also like the Hercules comic books. I thought that they were done pretty well. And if I remember right, I think there's 2 Hercules comic books. I think that DC did a spin on their Hercules, and I think Marvel did a spin on their Hercules. Pretty sure that's right. Could be wrong. All right, I got a Vampire common, got a Dum Dum Dugan uncommon. We got a Doctor Strange common, a Nick Fury uncommon, and we got our first super rare. It's Baron von Strucker. Now I really, really hope that somebody wins this before I leave, so we can get that shipped out, and I got to worry about it when I come back. All right, we got number 16. Still looking for Kushala. Bolts of Baltac, one shot. Astro Baron Mordo, uncommon. Scarlet Witch, rare. Which, in my opinion, she sucks. You might feel differently, but I think Scarlet Witch sucks. I don't think she's worth 70 points. That's my problem with her. I played against her the other night. I'm like, that's 70 points of really not much. So anyways, rare Scarlet Witch, common Astro Scarlet Witch, -1 common, Baron Mordo common. When I say stuff like that, I'm comparing it to other 70-point figures that are available for play. And I'm also comparing it to 50-point figures that are better than her that are available for play. And I'm like, that's not worth 70 points. So I think that she was probably a 40, 50-point figure, in my opinion. We're doing number 17. I think the most anticipated thing outside of the Venom set that's coming out is Thundercats. I think that I'm hearing more noise about Thundercats coming out than anything else at the first part of the year, and then of course Venom. Okay, this is booster number 17. Got Vampire common, Doctor Strange common, Frank Drake uncommon, Blade Prime. You got a Blade rare Prime, good figure. We were just talking about him. He can wreck the other team. So that's our first Prime of the night. Then you got a Hannibal King uncommon. Number 18. We got a Wong uncommon, Enchantress common, Astral Clea uncommon, a Wand Agent common, and we got another super rare. We have Mephisto. We're down to one booster that we needed to beat Kushlin. You know, last week this same thing kind of happened, and I was like, this ain't gonna happen. And then on booster number 24, we pulled the bounty figure. So it came all the way down to the last box. So you never know. Never know. But it didn't look good odds-wise that we were going to do it last week. But we did. All right, we got a Hulk rare. This is booster 19. Hulk rare, Wand Agent common, Astro Doctor Strange uncommon, Enchantress common, Beholder common. We got booster number 20. Okay. We got a Clea common, a Shield Spy common, a Doctor Strange rare, and then we got two of the FX bases. One of these should be a patron. By the way, all my patrons sold out. The patrons are good, man. The patrons in this set are really good. We're gonna see a lot of play. So this one is Nightmare. I know who that is. And this one is the yellow face guy. That's the big yellow face. Looks like a skull yellow face with fish tentacles out of his mouth. That's what that one is. I think that's that's the patron, but I'm not sure. All right, number 21. All right, we're looking for that last super rare. Okay. So we're going to stretch this thing out to the end. We got a Flames of the Faltine one shot, a Morbius rare, Ebony uncommon, Umar the Unrelenting, uncommon. Cat Familiar, common. Astro Dormammu, common. Two left. No, three left. Missed a spot here. Aha. I put these back in the case, or the brick box, or the case box, the way they came. So looked like I had two spots left. But nope, just missed a spot. It's hiding from me. Oh, here we go, 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 guys. All right, so whoever got this one, gonna be happy. It's pretty obvious what it is if you're watching me. This is the chase, and it's kind of hard to hide it from you guys because of what comes with it. It's one of the best chases, one of the most valuable chases. So we got a Paranormal Investigator, common. Darkhold Redeemer, common. -1, uncommon. Nick Fury, uncommon. And you got Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, chase. So we pulled two really good chases tonight. And the reason it's so easy to see is because the tarot cards are in there. It's kind of hard to hide that when I'm pulling them out. Agamotto, Mark says. All right, so we're down to number 23. Down to two boosters. One of these has got a super rare in them. And here we go again. Yes, sir. Who's got number 23? Gonna be happy. Got Astro Agatha, a Shield Spy, both common. We got a Dr. Druid, uncommon. And we're gonna have an FX space, but we do have Kushala, super rare. Come down to the end just like last week, 2 weeks in a row. This one was the second to the last booster. Last week it was the last booster. This is the other one that looks like Nightmare. That is Nightmare, I think. So congratulations. Call out that you won this and tell me if you want me to open up your legacy cards or not. I'll wait. If you want me to open the legacy cards, you need to tell me. I don't even know if you're online. I'm not seeing who the winners are. Guess I can look. Number 23. Who is number 23? There's 22. If they've already paid for it, I don't see it right here. All right, so if you got 23, you need to shout out to me. And if you want me to open up the legacy cards, I will. If I don't hear anything from you, then I'm not. And you'll get them the way they are. Last booster, number 24. Wands of Atum, one shot. Astro Dormammu, common. Nightmare, rare. Astro Agatha, common. Cat Familiar, common. Astro Baron Mordo, uncommon. That's it, guys. Nobody has answered me on this, so I don't know who won it. So they're going to be getting it as when the legacy card is not opened up. Lethal Poison won it. Lethal Poison, are you here? If you are, say so and tell me that you want me to own. If you want me to open these, I'll be more glad to do it. Otherwise, it's fine with me. All right, not getting the answer, guys. I'm going to call it a night. Go home and get some sleep, get some supper, all that good stuff. Not necessarily in that order. I think supper will probably come before the sleep, but you never know. Anyways, good night, everybody. I will see you next week. I will be in Mexico, Mexico bound on Thursday. The next show will be me and my buddy Dennis doing a live show down in Mexico. Night, everybody.